everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Big box of books.
Big box of books. Big box of books.
Oh, excuse me while I move my big box.
Hello everyone. Hi and welcome to Big Box of Books. I'm a little bit sad to share this week's story. There's been lots of things in the news recently about hate and some people doing some not very nice things. I think this week's story can teach us a lot, and I think that there is never a need to say or do anything that could hurt someone else. And I hope you like this week's story. This week's story is called If the Wind Changes by Steve Smallman and Daniel Howarth, which is a little bit interesting because it's very windy today. Alfie loved to look grumpy. Even if he was feeling cheerful on the inside, he still had a face like thunder.
Look at that grumpy face.
Every morning he practiced pulling grumpy faces until he was very good at it. One look at Alfie's super sour face could make kittens burst into tears and lady cats faint into their flower beds and keep all the other young tomcats far away. But it was hard work looking grumpy all the time. It made Alfie's face ache, so he taught himself to smile while he was asleep. Alfie's mum would watch him sleeping with a sad look on her face. She wished Alfie would smile during the day. One day, Alfie's great aunt Tabitha came to look after Alfie while his mum went out. As soon as Tabitha arrived, Alfie grimaced and glowered at her with a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. But great aunt Tabitha didn't faint. She just said, "Don't pull a face, dear. If the wind changes, it'll stay like that." "Yippee!" meowed Alfie. Then I'd be grumpy forever. His face lit up with a huge grin as he thought about it. And of course it was while he still had a big smile on his face that Alfie noticed a change in the wind. Alfie's enormous smile suddenly stuck on his face. No matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop grinning from ear to ear. Alfie yowled angrily at great aunt Tabitha. "I can't stop smiling." "That's nice, dear," said his aunt. Alfie ran off frantically, trying to pull his face back to normal, but it was no use. His smile was as big as ever. Then Alfie noticed something strange. Smiling was catching. Every cat he passed smiled right back at him. Even little kittens gurgled and giggled when they saw him. Alfie spotted his mum by some bushes. "Mum," he meowed, "look at my face." To Alfie's surprise, she gave him a big hug. "You've made me so happy," she purred. Some young tomcats came by and asked Alfie if he wanted to play. No one had ever asked him before. "Okay," he replied. Alfie had such a good time playing with the other cats that soon he was feeling as happy as his face was looking. Worn out from playing, Alfie and his new friends sat down in the long grass and watched the clouds pass by. Then one of them said, "Look, the wind must have changed. The clouds are heading back this way." Suddenly, Alfie felt his face come unstuck. Alfie pulled a big grumpy face just to be sure. The other cats started howling with laughter because he looked so funny. Alfie smiled again, and it felt so right that he might never look grumpy again. He did though, and very soon as it turned out. But it's okay to be grumpy every now and then. I think that story is lovely because it shows us how wonderful a smile can be, and we should be working very hard to spread love, not hate. When he was smiling, he made new friends and everyone around him was happy. So this week, see if you can spread a little happiness. Until next time, click like, subscribe, and tune in again for another story.